Welcome back. We're about to resume the adventures of Duran. Last time we left him, he had just discovered the treaties that the Grey Wardens had left in a ruin near Ostagar. Does not look promising, but let's see what happens. Oh, really not promising.
Well, well. What have we here? Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey? What say you, Scavenger or intruder?
I have to comment. Her outfit really seems quite modern. I kind of doubt there'd be many people in the medieval period who would actually wear something like that. I am neither. The Grey Wardens once owned this tower.
'Tis a tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wilds, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, dwarf. You have nothing to fear from any witch. Tell me your name, and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized.
It's kind of nice that they actually, changed this line to fit the new character. But I am Duran. A pleasure to meet you.
Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer? You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent. How does one steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
Then who removed them?
'Twas my mother, in fact.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother. Did you assume I spawned from a log?
Yes.
A thieving, weird-talking log, perhaps?
Not all in the wilds are monsters. Flowers grow as well as toads. If you wish, I will take you to my mother. 'Tis not far from here, and you may ask her for your papers if you like.
We should get those treaties, but I dislike this Morrigan's sudden appearance. It's too convenient.
Why are you interested in helping us?
Why not? I do not meet many people here. Are you all so mistrustful?
I mean, one brother did just orchestrate a fight between me and my other brother and then got me exiled, so yes? How much nonsense, sir? Are you a witch of the wilds?
Have I been dishonest? Some call us witches, yes, but purely out of superstition.
You know what the Circle of Magi is, don't you? The Circle requires an accounting of all mages. That is the law of the land and the Chantry.
If you wish to tell your chantry about me, go ahead. I have nothing to fear from priests.
Tell us about your mother first.
She prefers her privacy, but I imagine she will be curious enough why you are here. Come, see for yourself.
I say we go with her.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.
Ah, Jory.
Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Davith. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your dwarven mind give you a different viewpoint? What do you believe?
Another line changed for that. I'm not sure what to believe.
A statement that possesses more wisdom than it implies. Be always aware. Or is it oblivious? I can never remember. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? Why, it seems I do.
So this is a dreaded Witch of the Wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon.
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them.
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this blight's threat is greater than they realize.
How do you know all this?
Do I? Perhaps I am simply an old woman with a penchant for moldy parchments. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
Wait, it said that Tower at Calenhead was built by the Avar? That... seems unlikely. Okay. I'm going to explore some conversational options with my...
Yes?
Where are you from, Davith?
I grew up in a village about a day's trip to the east. Little blot you wouldn't even find on a map. Haven't been back in years. I struck out for the city as soon as I could outrun my pa. I've been in Denerim for what, 6 years now? Never liked it much, but there's more purses there than anywhere else.
So, you're a cut purse. And to anyone who doesn't know what a cut purse is, it's a kind of thief. They're specifically the kind who will take a blade, and, well, he'll cut a hole in a purse as the person's passing by. And this is a point at which purses were not strictly women's handbags, they were just money pouches. The idea being is that cut as you go by, and then you follow them as the coins and other valuables fall out and you pick them up.
And a pickpocket, thank you very much. Or was, anyhow. Who'd ever guess I'd end up a Grey Warden?
So how did the Grey Wardens find you?
I found them. I cut Duncan's purse while he was standing in a crowd. He grabs my wrist, but I squirm out and bolt. The old bugger can run, but the garrison caught me first. I'm a wanted man in Denerim, you see, so they were going to string me up right there.
What happened then?
Duncan stopped them, invoked the right of conscription. I gave the garrison the finger while I was walking away. Don't know why Duncan wants someone like me, but he says finesse is important and that I'm fast with a blade. You bet your boots I am. Besides, it beats getting strung up.
Kind of question the quality of this sort of recruit. So what do you think of Duncan?
All right for an old bugger. He's faster than he looks too.
Yeah, it really seems like if you're having an order which is entirely dedicated to an altruistic cause, like protecting the world from darkspawn, you probably want people who are more dedicated than, you know, a thief you saved from the gallows. Anyway, what do you think we should do now?
We got everything, so let's go back. I'm hungry.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm following you, aren't I?
Yes. Sure. Hi, Jory.
I am ready.
You said you were from Redcliffe?
I hail from Redcliffe, but Duncan recruited me in Highover, a city off the northern coast. Have you travelled there?
I've never been to the surface before.
I was in Arlayman's retinue when he attended King Maric's funeral. It was in Highover that I met my Helena. I was smitten. She has the most beautiful eyes, my Helena. Now, for years I found any excuse to return there. We married a year ago. Arlayman gave me leave to serve in Highover, but I was attempting to persuade Helena to come to Redcliffe with me, at least until I was recruited.
So you abandoned her?
Never. I will return to her once my duty is done and the Blight defeated.
This also doesn't sound like the sort of person you'd really want to be on a mission where the entire goal is to defeat something that's a little bit too much to go home to.
Last month, Duncan visited Highover, and the band held a tournament in his honor. I won the Grand Melee. It was hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she is heavy with child now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter.
Yeah, you don't need to join the Grey Wardens to fight the darkspawn. If there's a blight.
He has a seemingly impossible task, with a scarce handful of Grey Wardens, yet he does not complain or flinch from his duty.
What do you think we should do now?
We should go back to Duncan. If we are fortunate, we've completed the joining and all passed.
Let's go.
Indeed.
Let's do it.
Let's get back to Duncan
Okay.
quickly. If we wait too long, you won't be able to swing a dead cat without hitting a darkspawn.
It's alright.
Tern Loge may not think much of the Grey Wardens, but the king was wise to bring you here.
Thank you.
The babe!
I apologize if the soldier disturbed you. Ever since they found him in the wilds, he's been like this.
Hello again, Warden. May the Maker guard you in the coming battle. Hello again, Warden. May the Maker guard you in the coming battle.
Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now.
Right now? I mean, you'd be available to me later? Eh?
I must continue my prayer. Another can assist you.
You got your food and water? Now off with you.
My belly thanks you. At least if I'm hanged, I'll have a little weight on me.
Alright. Someone follow me? No one see me? I totally didn't just steal from you.
Welcome, young man.
I should go.
Goodbye.
Back again? Don't the Grey Wardens need you? Off you go. I have preparations to make for the battle, and I won't prevent them.
Hello, quartermaster. Is there a half-master?
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Let me see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
Okay, I'm actually gonna sell a bunch of stuff. That I will keep. Iron daggers. Sell those. So the iron greatsword. Not that, not that. Darkspawn. Sure. Really don't. Oh, might still be good. Definitely keeping that. Definitely keeping that. I think that's both belts, yeah. Sell those. Crafting stuff. No, not really gonna. So, one note on the money. You know, British money is like famously was only recently decimalized and used to be much more confusing. But there is actually a reason for money having been organized in a different way. I believe it was Charlemagne who ordained that there should be 240, I believe it was, as pennies for a pound of silver, and pound being the base unit, with pennies being the second base unit. And that may seem like an arbitrary random number, but there's a reason for that. I believe it was the YouTuber Lindy Beige has a thing on it. Basically a matter of that there are certain numbers which can be divided by more numbers than others. So the maximum number of divisors, maximizing that means it's a lot easier to divide something up between multiple groups. So 240 is one of those numbers which has a lot of divisors, and most of its divisors also have divisors, so you can have a lot of smaller and smaller divisions and have it still be even numbers. Or something like you don't have to have a fraction of a penny necessarily to divide it evenly. And also means you can end up having a lot more coins of different denominations. Anyway.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Check is regular.
Let me know what you'd like.
Oh yes, backpack. That is useful. Alright. Round again. Anything up here? Okay.
Very well.
Nope. Dogs and frilled. I am frequently asked during my travels in other lands to explain the dog dogs omnipresent in Ferelden, inevitably I tell my foreign questioners that there are no more dogs in my homeland than their own. In every civilized corner of Thedas, an astute observer will notice dogs employed in hunting, game, keeping barns and treehouses free of vermin. This is true. Medieval dogs were often used to control vermin. I think there is. But I want to explain that Mauser was a person who kept ferrets, because what they would do is have grain silos surrounded by dogs, and then they'd take ferrets up to the top of the grain silo and let them loose, and then the ferrets would go through and find all the mouse holes and rat holes and chase the rodents out of them, and as they go try to escape down through the bottom of the silo, the dogs will then catch them. Herding livestock, guarding homes, and even uses beasts of burdens in the mountains. It is simply that Fereldans show appreciation for the work that our dogs do, and perhaps the reason for that is tangled up in mythology. After the first man to be named Terran, the hero who united our Alamari ancestor to drive back the darkspawn of the Second Blight, was reputed to be the son of a werewolf. Now, perhaps this is meant to be some comment on his temperament, or simply a way of making a great man even larger than life. But more than half the noble families of Ferelden claim to be descendants of Hafter, and consequently many of our people believe they have some distant kinship with wolves. It is only good manners to be polite to one's kin. I think that's supposed to be a dog lying dead. Alright, and here's the conclusion of the Wildflower quest.
The Mabari's stable for now, but not improving. Unless I get that herb I told you about, there's not much hope.
Is this the flower you're looking for?
Let me see. Yeah, that's exactly it. Wonderful. Give me a moment and I'll make this into an ointment. He looks better already. I'm sure he'd thank you himself if he could.
How long before there's an improvement?
A day, maybe two. There's enough ointment for him to make a full recovery. Why not come back after the battle? Perhaps we can see about imprinting him on you.
You think that's possible? Also, if this is a treatment for getting too much darkspawn blood, as in basically contracting the blight, why isn't this used more widely? Widely, I can speak.
Maybe. It's likely he understands you're responsible for curing him. Mabari are at least as smart as your average tax collector. Come back after the battle and just... well, take another look.
As smart as your average tax collector, that's a little bit of a burn there. Well, I'll be sure to come back after the battle.
So you returned from the wilds. Have you been successful?
We have.
Good. I've had the Circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
And what if we have second thoughts?
Let me be very clear on that point. You are not volunteers. Whether you were conscripted or recruited, you were chosen because you are needed. There is no turning back now. You must gather your courage for what comes next.
Courage? How much danger are we in?
I will not lie. We Grey Wardens pay a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now, rather than later.
You're saying this ritual can kill us?
As could any darkspawn you might face in battle. You would not have been chosen, however, if I did not think you had a chance to survive.
Let's go then. I'm anxious to see this joining now.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Then let us begin. Alistair, take them to the old temple.
Oh, there are other things I was going to ask.
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
Are you blubbering again?
Why all these damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe it's tradition. Maybe they're just trying to annoy you.
Calm down, there's nothing we can do about it now.
I only know that my wife is in Highover with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't seem fair.
Would you have come if they'd warned you? Maybe that's why they don't. The Wardens do what they must, right?
Including sacrificing us?
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end the Blight.
Yeah, it's understanding you can't really refuse this, so... But... being a dwarf from Orzammar, I'd imagine probably be like, yeah, you make a good point.
You saw those darkspawns tonight. Wouldn't you die to protect your pretty wife from them?
Maybe
you'll die. Maybe we'll all die. If nobody stops the darkspawn, we'll die for sure.
I've just never faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
At last, we come to the joining. The Grey Wardens were founded during the First Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of darkspawn blood and mastered their taint.
We're going to drink the blood of those creatures.
As the first Grey Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This is the source of our power and our victory.
Those who survive the joining become immune to the taint. We can sense it in the darkspawn and use it to slay the archdemon.
Let's get on with it then.
We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said since the first. Alistair, if you would.
Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten. And that one day, we shall join you.
Davith, step forward. I'm sorry, Davith. Step forward, Jory.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known...
There is no turning back.
No! You ask too much. There is no glory in this.
I am sorry. But the joining is not yet complete. You are called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good. From this moment forth, you are a Grey Warden.
I think that should come at the end.
It is finished. Welcome.
2 more deaths. In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
How do you feel?
I feel like over the 1,000 or so years they've been doing this, they might have developed something better. It's over. I'm fine.
Did you have dreams? I had terrible dreams after my joining.
Such dreams come when you begin to sense the darkspawn, as we all do. That and many other things can be explained in the months to come.
Before I forget, there is one last part to your joining. We take some of that blood and put it in a pendant. Something to remind us of those who didn't make it this far.
Take some time. When you're ready, I'd like you to accompany me to a meeting with the king.
What kind of meeting?
The king is discussing strategy for the upcoming battle. I am not sure why he has requested your presence. The meeting is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
As soon as I'm able? But my name's Duran. I think I remember reading something about those who die in the joining are still honored as if they fell in battle against the darkspawn. Oh, I do actually get this stuff from the guys who died. Okay. There have been previous playthroughs where just before this I took all of Davith and Jory's equipment so I could sell it for money later. Yeah, it makes it seem kind of funny if they're in their skivvies. There isn't really anything else for me to do.
Loghain, my decision is final. I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
You risk too much, Kalen. The Darkspawn Horde is too dangerous for you to be playing hero on the front lines.
If that's the case, perhaps we should wait for the Orlesian forces to join us after all.
I must repeat my protest to your fool notion that we need the Orlesians to defend ourselves.
It is not a fool notion. Our arguments with the Orlesians are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
How fortunate Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us for a century.
Then our current forces will have to suffice, won't they? Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
They are, Your Majesty.
And this is the recruit I met earlier on the road? I understand congratulations are in order.
Yeah, given Terran Loghain's history, I can understand his distrust of the Orlesians, but it's also a thing of the Orlesians are likely to have to face Darkspawn anyway. I mean, if the Fereldans fail in defeating this horde, the Darkspawn will, after finishing with Ferelden, move on to their neighbors, which include Orlais, and they'll probably be in a better position to attack Orlais if they've taken hold of Ferelden. So the legions do have an interest in defeating them in Ferelden. But, anyway. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Every Grey Warden is needed now. You should be honored to join their ranks.
Your fascination with glory and legends will be your undoing, Kalen. We must attend to reality.
Fine. Speak your strategy. The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn into charging our lines, and then?
You will alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from
To
cover.
flank the darkspawn, I remember. This is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes? Well, who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we should send our best. Send Alistair and the new Grey Warden to make sure it's done.
I'll do my best, Your Majesty.
You rely on these Grey Wardens too much. Is that truly wise?
Enough of your conspiracy theories, Loghain. Grey Wardens battle the Blight no matter where they're from.
Your Majesty, you should consider the possibility of the archdemon appearing.
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Isn't that what your men are here for, Duncan?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, the tower and its beacon are unnecessary. The
We
circle
will
of
not
magi...
trust any lives to your spells, mage. Save them for the darkspawn.
Enough. This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you, Loghain. I cannot wait for that glorious moment. The Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
Yes, Galen. A glorious moment for us all.
You heard the plan. You and Alistair will go to the Tower of Ishal and ensure the beacon is lit.
What? I won't be in the battle.
This is by the King's personal request, Alistair. If the beacon is not lit, Tern Loghain's men won't know when to charge.
So he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up there holding the torch, just in case, right?
Yeah, this plan doesn't seem like the best. If you have the mages who are willing to send up some kind of signal, that would be better, I think. Yeah, the last time I got sidelined like this, I ended up exiled.
But we are far from the politics of Orzammar here, and you have no brothers to interfere this time. We must do whatever it takes to destroy the darkspawn, exciting or no.
I get it, I get it. Just so you know, if the king ever asks me to put on a dress and dance the Remigold, I'm drawing the line. Darkspawn or no.
The Remigold? I wonder if they've actually developed that into a thing. I don't know. That could be a great distraction.
Me shimmying down the Darkspawn line? Sure. We could kill them while they roll around laughing.
The tower is on the other side of the gorge from the King's camp, the way we came when we arrived. You'll need to cross the gorge and head through the gate and up to the tower entrance. From the top, you'll overlook the entire valley.
Where will you be?
I will be fighting beside the king with the rest of the Grey Wardens. Again, at his request. We will signal you when the time is right. Alistair will know what to look for.
Felt kind of like Grey Wardens weren't really beholden to kings, but I suppose there's been an instance in which we kind of need to humor leaders in order to actually get their support for the thing. Can we join the battle afterwards?
Stay with the Terran's men and guard the tower. If you are needed, we will send word.
What if the Archdemon appears?
We soil our drawers, that's what.
If it does, leave it to us. I want no heroics from either of you.
How much time do we have?
The battle is about to begin. Once I leave, move quickly. You'll have less than an hour.
I know what I have to do.
Then I must join the others. From here, you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens. I expect you to be worthy of that title.
Duncan, may the Maker watch over you.
May he watch over us all.
Alright, this is going to be the point at which I call it for the night. Thank you all for watching. Do any relevant things with YouTube's buttons. And tune in a week to see how the battle goes.